Hey, what's going on, guys? Look at who I have bringing dynamite to the mind tonight, Mr. Breezy. What is happening, buddy?
I still get that theme music bumping in my head, bro. That junk was
That's
crunk.
my boy Evan, man. He come up with that, and I was like, "Let's roll, let's do it."
Shout out to
And
Evan.
so what's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Out here on the west side, I think I am the sleep exhaustion. It's creeping up with me because see what happened was I got up this morning at 2 a.m., which is my 5 a.m. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Because you're a what East Coast guy,
Right. And I get up normally at 5. I get to the gym by 5:30. I work out till about 7. So I did everything 3 hours early today. So I was really finished with my life around 8 a.m. Like I ate breakfast, showered, everything. So 8
you're
a.m. I'm
keeping
like,
a grind
man,
today.
I got so much stuff, like time. Like I didn't have to be somewhere till like noon. So I got back into bed at 8 a.m. But I didn't go to sleep because I had to get in and create content. So now sleep is catching up. I think I feel like I'm getting tired. I'm losing a little bit of my voice. It's crazy.
Well, you better get some rest tonight because you're gonna need it tomorrow.
You're gonna need it tomorrow, man, because we're
You
gonna.
got them. You got good seats for the game. Might as well find that
Yeah,
out.
man, I'm sitting in really good levels. 200. I'm in the 200 section, but I'll probably end up somewhere in the gold mine. Shout out to my man Nick Clark and Miss Debbie. Shout out to them. So I'll end
Yes,
up somewhere really good.
good, good. That's the thing about this fan base. It's really family oriented, and
Super
they
much.
invite you, and they find you, and they tell you where the parties are. And
Right.
they, I've never been to San Francisco, so I have never been there.
Oh man,
But I do. My goal is to see that stadium as well. Um,
you would
man,
love
let's
Levi.
talk.
You would love
I,
it. It's fresh. It's new and fresh. Um, and it's funny because every time I go to the game, no matter when I go, there's a part of the game where the sun just beams down on the stadium, on the field. It's so funny. It doesn't matter if it's raining. That it's like they have artificial sun pumping down like on the field. It's so cool.
it is. So you would say that how many state how like do you go to every game win?
Oh my god, they scored again, bro. I the Giants are worse trash than the Bucks. There it is. I said it. What's up, Peachy? They were the worst trash. They're just
Have
bad.
you been to how many games have you been to this year?
So I've been to, dude, I stopped counting. I've been to the majority of the road games. The only road games I didn't go to. So I do road trips with my brother John Chapman. So we go to the 49ers Rush road trip crew and we go to all the road games. So we went to he's been to every road game. I missed Carolina and I feel like I missed one more, but I can't. Maybe LA. I think those are the two that I missed. I did all the other ones, and
But
then yep. But then I
you've
did the
been to
home
those stadiums though, right?
right, and then for 49ers, I went to the Dolphins game, which was here at home, and then now I've been to. Then I was here for the wild card game last week, and now I'm here um for the divisional game. What's up, Jacqueline?
Peaches
21 to
in the
nothing,
house
bro.
too.
What is going on here?
21-0. This game's over.
Poor Daniel
This
Jones.
game is but you never know. I mean, this could turn into what was that game last week? The
Oh,
Chargers
the
and the
Chargers in the
Jags,
Jacksonville. Yeah.
right?
Like, did you
Um
watch the Chiefs game earlier?
whenever the ankle went, I was like, well, the Jags might have a chance.
Wow.
I, every time you see the main quarterback get hurt, you're like, how good's the backup going to do? Is he ready? But then he comes in, throws a touchdown to Kelsey, and it's like,
Chad Henne.
hey,
So
Danielle jumped
Chad Henne
into
was a Michigan guy. So I know a lot
who?
about Chad Henne. So and he's been in the
Oh
league
yeah,
for
Chad.
like,
Yeah,
hey Danielle, he's been in the league for like 35 years. He's like he's like 4 years younger than Tom Brady because he was Tom Brady's replacement at Michigan. So when Tom Brady graduated, he was like the next quarterback. Hey, Miss Debbie. Um, I know about Chad. So he came in and did exactly what he should have did, and ran the ball and got the ball down the field. As bad as Patrick
Not
Mahomes, they still won.
another punt. You know, this Jalen Hurts had a chance to recover too, so it's like, but anyway, Wayne, what are your thoughts on tomorrow?
So
Jenkins
tomorrow,
is
right?
playing.
Tomorrow's going to be a great game, right? So you have two NFC juggernauts. Not one of the teams are inferior to one another. They have similar but unique styles, right? They both want to do
Right.
the same thing. I feel like both teams are going to want to come out and run the ball. Look at how they're built. They're power to finesse, and we're finesse to power. So we're the opposite, but we still could do the same thing. So what do I mean by that? Well, they like to run Ezekiel first up the middle, and then they hit you with the speed of the Tony Pollard to the outside game, right? And then we're the opposite. We like to run, like we could run inside, outside with any one of our running backs. So we could run inside with Christian McCaffrey, and then he could also cut and bounce to the outside, or we could do the same thing with Elijah Mitchell. But that's why I said finesse to power, because usually when you put Mitchell in the game, you're going to get speed and power. So both teams are going to come and look to establish the run. Um, and for me, it's gonna slow the game down a little bit. I feel like the team that makes the least amount of mistakes should come out on top. The team that plays, the most disciplined should come out on top. But if the 49ers really want to seal the deal and win this game, they have to do one thing, and that's find a way to contain Dak Prescott, because he's going to take off and run. But here's the thing about Dak. He turns the ball over, whether it's an interception or whether it's fumble. So you got to make sure you're wrapping and tackling. You're not hitting them late. You're not doing any of the crazy, silly things to give them any extra yards.
Doesn't help that we have a ref that hates us.
So then, if you want to factor in Bill Vinovich, that's I don't know what his case is, but you're right. I mean, we can go back to the Super Bowl. We can go back to some of the regular season games. We can go back to other team Super Bowls, and not even just with us. You go back to that Saints and game, Saints and Rams game. I mean, it was a clear pass interference call. Like, how do you not call the dude bumped into the wide receiver? I mean, like, Saints didn't make it to the Super Bowl that year. Rams made it and lost to the Patriots in a field goal scoring Super Bowl. But yeah, man. So look, 49ers just got to come out and do what they do best. If they play their brand and brass of football, bro, they win this game.
Yeah, I'm hoping they find a way to. I really want to see them have a long possession and keep Dak off the field. A big scoring drive, back to back to back, to try and keep this offense of Dallas cold. I think that would be key, because, they'd be cold, and maybe that way they get over antsy, especially if they all went for touchdowns and make them like 21-7, 21-10. That I think if you can get up on Dallas, I think you can seal it. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, because it forces Dallas to play one-dimensional football, right? And so,
right.
Of course, defensively, the Niners are going to look to take away the run. And so you take away the run, the only other person you're going to have to account for is, Dak Prescott. But if they're going down big, like you said, let's say they go down 21-0, they're going to start to scrap their run game plan, which is going to force them to pass, which will allow the defense to play pass coverage opposed to run and pass coverage. And now that's when you can start kind of forcing Dak to throw those mistake interceptions, which is what he leads the league in.
Could they be picking on Janoris Jenkins tomorrow?
So Janoris is going to dress, but he's not going to play much. So he's going to be available just in case somebody goes down. So tomorrow your starting cornerbacks are going to be Mooney Ward, Jimmy Ward, and Deommodore Lenoir.
I was just wondering if they were going to get him in. It looked like they said they were going to play him a little more tomorrow, from what I was reading.
They may play him, but I'm telling you, like, look for those two guys, like, to be the workhorses out there. I expect Dak Prescott to pick on Demo. that's what I expect. Pick on the second year guy, get your guy a man to man. It all depends. Like if the Niners play really good zone coverage with the safety over the top, I feel like they'll play a lot of cover one, cover three, and they'll probably play a lot of cover three because they're going to be looking to take away the run, right? So you'll have that safety up there in that box on that line and that cover three, and then you just have your deep safety back here. Or they might play some cover one with some robber where Talanoa Hufanga appears to be in the box, but then he drops back in coverage. So you got to stop your tight end. So you might see more cover one.
Who do you spy on Dak?
It's a good question, man. You're gonna have to put a linebacker, right? So Dre Greenlaw to me would be the spy, period. Because he can run sideline to sideline. To me, the fastest. And so I think Fred Warner could pick up the coverage. And it's going to be hard to spy. So, like, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I mean, I even wrote it in my article today. Like, find a way to contain
him. I didn't see that yet. Sorry.
It's okay. Find a way to contain him or spy him. Like, right? I mean, that's what you want, but you might not be able to get a lot of spying on him because expect the Cowboys to come out with pass receivers out there. They're going to come out and they're going to put Dalton Schultz. He is Dak's go-to guy. So how do you limit him?
I mean, just like Greg Kittle right now is the safety blanket for Brock.
George, yeah.
I know last game, everyone was like, yeah, let's just ride the Kittle bet train here, and he's going to get in the end zone. And, they found a way to win without getting Kittle in the end zone.
So I'm hoping Kittle is involved, like you said. I just feel like they're going to be looking to use Kittle more to negate that pass rush on wherever side Micah Parsons is going to be on.
Would you throw a confusing lineup out there? I would think about running Ayuk, Debo, running McCaffrey out there, running Mason and Mitchell out there, and then just seeing what happens. I would love to see it in one play.
That's a lot, though, right? Because
right, but it'd be very confusing on that defense.
It's right. I would be more scared to put Mason out there. I would like to see this though. I would like to see CMC and Mitchell and Juszczyk. So that's 3 running backs. So 31 personnel, right? 3 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 wide receiver. Let Debo be the wide receiver. And then let George Kittle be the tight end. Essentially, you have 4 running backs on the field
at one time.
Yeah. That to me would be scary. I wouldn't know what to do. And you pass it. Out of the back yes. And then you throw out of it. Like that's the key. Or you run that reverse thing to Debo. Or you set up Debo to throw a pass to George Kittle. But you got 3 running backs out there. You got your 3 best blocking running backs out there too.
Right. PG asked you a question, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd she say? I'm sitting here looking at. She says, what's your biggest problem that you see facing the 49ers defense tomorrow? Biggest problem facing the defense.
I asked her if she wanted to come on.
From the Cowboys' perspective? Is that what she's asking?
I guess the biggest problem she's asking would be the Cowboys' number 1 threat, maybe? That's what I'm kind of getting out of that.
Okay, so that's a good question because I got 3 people, Peachy. Like, so Tony Pollard out of the backfield, Dalton Schultz, and obviously CeeDee Lamb. So I don't think that CeeDee Lamb would be so much of a problem. I just think that you got to watch Pollard out of the backfield. And if you're watching him too much out of the backfield, can our safeties cover? Can they cover Dalton Schultz? What we saw last week in that Tampa game was ridiculous, bro. Those safeties were like giving him 10, 15 cushion, like just yards over the middle. Their safeties weren't even in the vicinity of the play. So
I think they were thinking Schultz couldn't hurt them as much as he did.
Okay. I mean, he's a really good pass catching tight end.
That's
I
what I
think
mean. So is Swain too, right?
right. And I
Their
think with
backup.
the
And
49ers,
Pentahurst, whatever. Is that Pentahurst? Is that his name?
who
The other tight end on Dallas. Dallas has 3 tight
they
ends
have
that can
three
catch the
tight
ball
ends. One is Jake Ferguson. I do know.
first. They have
Uh,
another guy too.
I
It starts with
can't
a
think of the
P.
I can't think of the other one.
I, th-
I could look it up though. So hold on.
I thought it was Pendergast or something. He's a rookie.
It could be that.
But they have 3 tight ends that can catch the ball that Dak does throw to.
Yeah, but you know what? They struggle in run blocking. So, you might see that 13 personnel out there, which would be weird though, because you usually don't see that until you get to the goal line. But Dallas is gonna come out with something that you usually don't see. That's what you're saying. Oh yeah, Penton Hendershot.
Sant Pendershot, sorry.
Yeah, Penton
Sorry, I don't pay
Hendershot.
that close attention to the Dallas Cowgirls.
No, none of us do.
So apparently Jacqueline's eating at Fleming's right now, and she's got us on the YouTube on her phone, I guess.
Hey, I've never heard of Fleming's, but that sounds good.
Imagine it's a steakhouse, from what I'm reading.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
I haven't had a good steak in a while.
I can't do steak right now. I'll be full for 2 days.
So what I know you're out in the West Coast. So what do you like to eat out there? Where do you like to go? Do you have a go-to?
I don't, man. I'm not from here, so it's tough because I don't really know what to eat out here. I will tell you, don't eat their pizza though. It's just disgusting.
Well, girls, if you're in the West Coast, Mr. Wayne is looking for a place to eat.
Yeah,
anyone has any recommendations?
Miss Debbie would probably be. I'm not sure where Danielle's from, but I know Miss Debbie is out here.
I know, yeah. Have you met her yet?
Oh, absolutely. She's like
checking.
she's my residential mom. So Miss Debbie, she's so cool because the moment I got here, she had food waiting for me. And I thought that was so cool. Right. So I get to the hotel.
She seems like a really good person.
She's an amazing person. So I get to the hotel and she's like, Wayne, there's going to be food there when you get there. So I get to my hotel and I forgot. Of course, they didn't give me my food. I had to do a double take, but I got back. It was Red Lobster. So I had the Cheddar Bay biscuits. I had
biscuits, man.
Oh my God, bro.
Biscuits.
Oh my gosh, them biscuits is ridiculous.
So good.
Also, Danielle's from Oakland, so she's about 30 minutes from here, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know California like that. I know. Wait, no. Oakland is that? Nah, Oakland's far, right? I don't know. I don't know where Oakland is. I know it's south.
You're in San Jose, right?
Oh no,
right
yeah. Oakland's near San Francisco.
Oakland, yeah, it's got to be like a half hour, right? Right,
Yeah.
Danielle? About a half hour.
Yeah. I'm supposed to be meeting with Tanya tomorrow, so Miss Sayal. So she's from that area, I believe. So it's gonna be really cool. I'll be at the tailgate tomorrow.
Did you get to meet Ted?
No, Ted is on a trip.
No, he was at the game last week.
No, last week I didn't meet Minnie. It was raining and we weren't moving. Like if I didn't see you at the tailgate and you didn't like necessarily call me when I was in the stadium, then we probably didn't meet because it was bad. I hate rain. Like I melt in the rain. I'm not myself.
Ted was skiing today. He might
That's
be
what I'm saying. He was
It is only
today.
6:30.
He told me he was going skiing today. I did his show earlier this week. And it was really cool. Shout out to Ted, man. But yeah, he was going skiing. John Chapman is skiing. So apparently I'm missing out on the ski trips. Like I can ski. Like I did it 3-4 times. I'm sure.
I got my snowboards in here. I'm ready.
My gosh, you snowboard? Oh my gosh, that's so dope.
I got an extra one if you want to go.
So
I don't know how tall you are, but
I'm only 5'8". But here's the funny thing: I've never snowboarded before, but I used to skateboard. I used to go to skateboard clubs. I had my GNS and my Vision Gator boards.
Like I was the Jankos too.
Yes. Yes. Yo, I was cool, man. I was cool.
Did you have the chain too?
Of course I had the chain, bro. Yo, there was this dope ass movie. I don't know how old you are. I'm 42, right? I turned 42.
I'm 44. I just turned 44.
Oh, I just turned 42 on last Sunday. So happy belated.
My birthday was Wednesday.
Happy belated birthday, bro. We got to celebrate.
We're later. See,
we're the end of Capricorn on our way to Aquarius, right?
Right. I was the day before. I was a month early.
So here's the thing, right? I grew up. There was this dope ass movie with Christian Slater called Gleaming the Cube, bro.
Miss Debbie likes to eat in her kitchen.
Yo, she cooks. She cooks. Miss Debbie can cook. So I was hoping she was gonna say, Wayne, just Uber to the crib and we just gonna throw down. I mean, I would have helped her cook and everything, but I don't think her dog Niner, her puppy, wants me over the house as of yet. He's a little protective, a little too protective for me.
Yeah, but it's you.
Yeah, but Niner don't care. Niner is a cute little puppy German Shepherd. I ain't messing with no German Shepherds, dog. Like not me. Them the cop dogs. But nah, you ever see that movie Gleaming the Cube, bro, with Christian Slater? And I think they had Mike McGill in it. Tony Hawk did a cameo. Check it out, bro. It was the dopest skateboard movie I've ever seen in my life. But I was into skateboarding. So
we grew up with the Dave Maras and
yes.
I felt bad when that dude took his life.
I know.
But I mean, he was pretty much all metal and screws anyway.
He was.
I mean, I don't know if I'd want to live like that either. I'm sure he had a lot of other stuff going on, and I don't really know the dude, but I know the dude could ride a bike in a ramp and do mad tricks.
I would never do that. I wasn't that trickster. No. But shout out to everybody that does it. The X Games is definitely in full effect, but it wasn't Bree. I was just a skateboarder.
Did you ever get to go to one?
No.
I never went either, but I watched them. But that was fun. Did you set up little tracks around your house and stuff?
So you are so funny. So I can't believe we're having this conversation. Yo, people are getting to know me. Oh my gosh. So yes. So my boy had this dope backyard, and we built an obstacle course in the backyard. So we had the ramp, not a real half pipe, but just like stuff we can,
like a quarter pipe.
Yeah, like a nice little quarter. People, they're probably in the chat like, what in the fuck are they talking about right now? So what happened was we were talking about
you're getting to know Wayne Breezy a little bit better tonight, folks.
We started talking about and then it went to skateboards.
So just to let you know, Debbie's son and Niner don't get along at all either. So it's not just you, Wayne.
She told me, man. She told me. I thought that was hilarious. But there's a reason why Niner doesn't like your son, Miss Debbie, and you know why. But I ain't gonna put your business out there because
let's not do that.
Yeah, we won't do that.
Anyway, back to this little quarter pipe,
bro. I was dope, man. This is when I weighed probably like $160, and I could fly. That's what I thought. My mama didn't like it
nowadays, or not?
I don't do it now. No.
You don't have to now. You just jump on these weird skateway things. And did you ever try one of them things?
Nah, dude. I'm
things that you stand on and then you like lean forward a little bit.
No, I feel like scary, I don't have the core power for some hover. Yo, but the crazy thing is they look like hovercrafts. And if they scored again, Peachy, god dang. It's 28-0.
And they're going for 2.
Here's the thing. Philly doesn't scare me. But why we can't get none of the easy teams? Why we couldn't get Tampa? Why we couldn't get the Giants? Whatever. Let's get back to this Niner talk because that's what they want. So let's get back to this game.
I don't know. Jacqueline was learning about you. She seemed to be enjoying it.
I know they ain't got no. She lives in Horn Lake, Miss. I didn't even know Mississippi had a Horn Lake. The only thing I know about Mississippi is burning because of that movie. I've never been there. And
it's part of the Tri-City Airport.
Cricket letter I, cricket letter I, PPI. That was a dope song too, by the way. Yeah. I'm sure they didn't have skateboards in Horn Lake, Mississippi. They must have didn't score because Miss Debbie says the score is still 27-0.
28. They changed it to a field goal.
Oh. Well, this game is over.
This game is history. Yeah, but that's what a lot of people said about the Bolts last week too. And then Bolts went into that prevent crap, and
this game is over, bro. This game is
Trevor
over.
Lawrence finally lost his first game on a Saturday
I
since
know.
high school years.
I know.
Sophomore high school year. Is that crazy or
And it's
what?
his fault because they were driving. He throws the interception. And then they were driving again and Agnew fumbled. You can't make those mistakes,
Not against the Chiefs.
And the Agnew fumble was right in the end zone. So like it was right in the goal line. So you can't fumble there. Catch the ball, get down. Like I know you want to try to get in, but
give your team a chance to
score. Man. Yeah, oh well. And see, this is some of the stuff that I'm talking about. That's how you beat yourself. And so for the 49ers, you see more discipline, right? You see a lot more discipline. And I feel like even with the Cowboys, you're going to get some disciplined football. And that's what makes this game on tomorrow, like, first of all, it's iconic. Because when you talk about this game, I think the 49ers lead the regular season series, but the Cowboys lead the playoff series. So if you ask yourself,
5-2 the Cowboys are against us, and the series overall is tied 17-17-1.
So if you ask yourself which is more important, clearly it's the Cowboys. I mean, it's the playoffs. Now, some cool stuff. The Cowboys have not won a divisional round in the playoffs since 1995. So let that be said. That's the year they won their last Super Bowl. They have not won a divisional round game since 1995. Divisional round, not wild card, but the one we're about to play now. And when you look at that, you're saying, okay, different teams, different times, different measures, different coaches, different players. I don't know how much you can factor that, into what's about to go down on tomorrow. But they also didn't beat the 49ers last year in the wild card matchup. And so they show the game. If you got a chance to go back and rewatch the game, you see that the 49ers dominated the game by running the ball. I don't think Dallas got any better in their run defense. I do like their pass rush. I do feel like their defensive line is more of a pass rushing defensive line than it is a run stuffing defensive line. Expect this game to be quick screens, runs up the middle, because those guys are going to be trying to come for the quarterback. I would run it right to him. I think in my article that I wrote, I'm not sure if it was published yet. It should be published. I wrote it early in the morning. Let me check with David.
So running more up the middle is more like Eli Mitchell.
That it's both though, because you're going to see Christian McCaffrey do it, and sometimes he breaks those big yards. It's so weird. It's super duper weird.
Christian McCaffrey is having a hell of a season since being traded to a lot of people are like, you're still got to play the game, they're in your check. But since this trade, we've seen a whole new version of Christian McCaffrey.
All right, here's what's interesting about this game tomorrow. And let me find it. All right, here we go. This is reported by Nick Wagner. I got to make sure I give people their credit. He tweeted out on Sunday, the 49ers will have 11 different starters than last year against the Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback Brock Purdy, running back Christian McCaffrey, right tackle Mike McGlinchey, right guard Spencer Burford, center Jake Brendo, left guard Aaron Banks, defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw, cornerback Mooney Ward, cornerback Diamador Lenore, safety Talanoa Hufanga, and safety Tashawn Gibson. It's like a total different team on both sides of the football. You get your starting right tackle back. He didn't play last year.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to get him back. Tom Compton was out there. Okay. And now you got Spencer Burford. He's going to play. You got a new center. Alex Mack isn't there. You got Jake Brendo. Aaron Banks out left guards replacing, Macon Tomlinson. Javon Kinlaw was hurt last year, but he's back. Mooney Ward is there. Diamador Lenore wasn't a starter. He's starting now. And then you got new starting safeties. And if you want to count Jimmy Ward starting at nickelback, you could do that too. So like how does Dallas prepare for this game? They can't go off of what they did last year for the simple fact that it's a different look offensively and defensively. So Dallas is going to get hit with a new whammy. You get what I'm saying? It's going to get hit with a new whammy. Peachy posted something in the chat.
Peachy just stated Nick Bosa should also play the whole game this time.
and Fred Warner, Peachy, because he also left with a stinger. Like these
right,
dudes didn't finish the game. And Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt, but he won't be playing in this game. And there was another player I felt like that. Trent Williams was bruised. He wasn't healthy. Remember, he was like limping on legs and toes in the Rams game. He was super unhealthy. And so now you get a healthy left tackle, a newer style quarterback, a newer style running back, right? They're used to Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell had the game last time. He had the 96 yards and the touchdown and stuff like that. Now they got to deal with a whole new monster. You want to know what the 49ers need to do on offense? Just run the ball at Micah Parsons.
That's the way I started looking at this too. I said, tire out Parsons. Let him get tired.
That's it.
Beat him down.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the chips should fall.
Tire Parsons out, and then you'll start to be able to abuse Diggs in the pass game because Diggs can't defend the yak. You know what we don't do? Throw the ball down the field.
Very seldom.
So if Diggs is playing that press man, you can get open, hit him with the quick passes. It's gonna be easy yards. There's safeties, and you got Jaron Kearse, who's gonna be probably not healthy, but limping out there. Take advantage of it. Rip some stuff to George Kittle. Kelsey. So Kearse is gonna play. Dallas likes to play. They're 4-3 base defense, but their base is big nickel. Do you understand the concept of the big nickel?
It's more spread out like an umbrella.
Nah, so like it's the same type of defense as a nickelback, right? And so Jimmy Ward is our typical nickelback, right? So when you play big nickel, it's really you got this hybrid linebacker that's big like a linebacker, but it's fast like a cornerback. So their guy is Jaron Kearse. You remember when we used to play Seattle and they had Cam Chancellor?
Yeah.
He was the big nickel. You would say to yourself, this is a big motherfucker, right? But he was fast, but he hit hard. That's
Legion of Boom.
That was the boom. He was the boom. Literally, he was the boom. Him and Earl Thomas. They were the boom. You had the brains out there at cornerbacks. I can't even tell you cornerback opposite Richard Sherman at the time. But guess who was running that defense? Dan Quinn. So Dan Quinn comes in here and he masks out and emulates that same defense. And his big nickel is Jaron Kearse. Now he's questionable, which means he's not 100% healthy. He'll be fine for game time, but if you wear and tear that defense out, you got to take advantage of it.
Run the ball to death tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think you run it right at Parsons and tire him out. That's been floating in my head all day, just to beat this defense down, to bring them also in, and that could open up some deep threats.
Mm-hmm.
And then who knows? Maybe we're going to see Purdy throw one.
I mean, look, I know a lot of people are like, will Purdy throw at least 2 TDs in this game? Yes, absolutely. Why? Because it's just the way that the offense is built. I don't think Dallas defense is built to like negate people from scoring. Just because Tom Brady got 2 touchdowns, we've watched other teams all season put up big numbers. I mean, do I need to get their score sheet out? I mean, I can tell you right here. I got it right in front of me. Let me tell you some of the numbers, some of the scores, because people feel like Dallas has this crazy defense and you can't score on them. All right. So when you go, that's my whole problem. That's my whole point. They gave up 19 to Tampa week 1, September 11th. Week 2, they gave up 20. They gave up, 17. They gave up 16 the week after that, 10, 10, 17, 6. And then they gave up 20. Chicago Bears scored 29 points.
Chicago Bears scored on us too. That was an ugly game, that opening.
But they didn't score no damn 29 points.
No, all right. It wasn't.
They beat Chicago. They had to put 49. They gave up 31 to Green Bay. All right, they lost that game. They gave up 3 to Minnesota, 20 to the Giants, 19. They put up 54 against the Colts, 23. They lost in overtime, so they gave up 40 to Jacksonville. And I if you compare like the Jacksonville, they kind of have like the same type of offense like the 49ers. So there's a possibility that they can, they've get the most that they've given up is 40 points. So will the Niners get 40 points in this game? No, but we're averaging 30 something points per game. So I think we get to the 30.
Sounds like they're averaging about 18 to 19 points per game.
Got you.
That's just what I quick mathed it in my head. So if we're averaging 30 and they're averaging 18, we should be okay.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, anything can happen.
And I think we're outscoring teams in the second half 186 to 53 or something.
Good stat.
That's just off the top of my head. I think last week it was 156 to 48.
You just kind of look at it like there's no team in the league, in my opinion, that makes better adjustments than the San Francisco 49ers. So whether they're losing or winning at the half, they find a way to make adjustments. Now, that can be different this game.
Is DeMeco Ryan going to be like sidetracked tomorrow, or why did they let him get this interview out of the way tomorrow morning?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't understand that. I'm like, wait, you're in the biggest game of your life, and you're gonna let your defense coordinator.
I mean, technically, it's not the biggest game of his life. The biggest game of his life would be last year NFC Championship, because that's how far.
But you know what I'm saying, though. Like,
no, I do. I don't know. I don't understand. You can't blame the NFL. You can't blame. The only person you can blame in this situation, people want to blame the Cardinals. You can't blame them. Like, this is DeMeco.
Well, no, this is for the Titans, ain't it?
No, this is for the Cardinals, bro.
Oh, I thought it said the Titans,
which makes it even worse
because the Titans GM was really looking into.
I thought it was the Cardinals.
Well, let's look.
And I mean, granted, it's going to be a Zoom call. But it's like, damn, DeMeco, it couldn't wait till.
It is the Cardinals tomorrow. I'm sorry. Cardinals and Colts on Sunday.
So he couldn't wait till like
Monday, Tuesday,
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't know. So.
And the Texans just completed the interview yesterday.
Right. Well, so I'm all cool of doing it before the game, but on game day is a little bit tacky for me.
That's what I say.
Because today was a walkthrough. It was just a Saturday. It wasn't a big practice. So I'm all for that.
This is jumping in real quick, I think. Right. I didn't understand that at all, why they were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you're talking about getting ready for a game, and then all of a sudden your defensive coordinator is being interviewed for why? What's up, Melissa?
I can't. I literally can't answer that question. I don't get it. I don't even get why DeMeco did it. I mean, I understand he needs to get his interviews in, because you want him to do it now. Because if the 49ers, here's the thing, you want him to do it now because in his mind, and they're gonna win, and so. Let him get it over with, because if he did it next week, y'all gonna complain. So they win tomorrow. Interviews are done. You ain't got to worry about him doing it again during the NFC Championship week. So you get it done now. That's the only logic thing. That's the only thing logically that's gonna make me be okay with it. I think the 49ers really feel like they're going to win tomorrow. So
I'm not jumping ahead, but it said Jimmy Garoppolo could start next Sunday, and I'm like, why?
So it's a slight, small, not start, but play. It's a big difference between the word start and play. So
I mean play. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to stir my crowd. Could play.
So it's like this. I'm cool with Jimmy Garoppolo coming back as long as he's the backup quarterback.
So am I. Melissa, you gonna say anything tonight?
Yes. Hi. Yeah. Hi, Breezy. It's always good to see you. I love the hat.
Thank you.
Breezy is in San Jose.
You actually went out
Jose.
to the game?
Yeah, I'm out here. I was just with Rohan, Travis King, and all them a little bit earlier. Rohan and I are probably gonna go get. We were supposed to be going to get dinner in a little bit, so we're gonna be jumping off here in a few. But gonna grab some dinner, and then we got a show tonight, so we're gonna go out and do a little
Are
music
you
show.
doing something live in a bar tonight just to get everything hyped?
Nah, it's just a music show, so I'm gonna be out there with Travis King.
Oh, it'd be badass though.
Yeah, that
You
would.
have fun, Breezy.
Throw your StreamYard on behind you and
I
just go
bet you
nuts with it.
they'll have the worst internet reception in that place. I guarantee.
You don't got anything on your phone that you could carry it over with?
No, I got to get one of those. You got to tell me what to get. I'm gonna get
I
one
just
of
got
those.
Verizon.
Oh,
I got
see,
that 5G.
that's gonna make me go get Verizon then.
I
It'd be
just
like
something to do. I mean, or you could
18
even ask maybe the person throwing the party if they got internet. Like, I
yeah,
want to run it on my StreamYard.
AT&T internet be like 4G squared or something. It ain't
4G squared.
quite 5G yet.
I thought you and John Chapman said the worst reception you had was at the stadium in Mexico City.
The worst. So so outside, no. Their dead zone was so bad that the
Mhm.
moment you got your ticket scanned in, all cellular services were like, if you were American, all your cellular services were canceled. If you were a native of Mexico, you were good. But if you were a visiting person from outside the country, they had a special blocking tower for all cellular services. And so at the stadium, we were sitting next to this couple, and she had internet. So I asked her, I didn't speak Spanish, but she understood my English. And I asked her, hey, can I cover the team. Can I, use your hotspot? She politely said no. And I was like, okay. So then I was taking some pictures, and video clips or whatever. And she asked, could I send it to her? I said, sure, turn your airdrop on. I said, oh, you know what? We can't airdrop because I don't have coverage. So no. So it was just like they were friendly but not friendly. But that was the absolute word. It was straight no service.
Wayne, mom got on you here.
Oh, what did mom say? What'd she say?
She said,
Peachy and Miss Debbie are talking about Verizon.
5G is the way to go.
I got, first of all, let me show y'all Mickey Ficky's. I got 5G. Y'all think it's just that Verizon be trying to monopolize stuff and they should go to jail. And so Verizon just, so my 5G don't want to pop up. It's because I'm on the internet here. I got 5G. I got 5G, 5G HZ, 5G DGGG. It's 5 something. It got the number 5.
Jacqueline Knox says she's gonna get Verizon too.
Everybody want to get Verizon.
I've had Verizon since 2001.
I tell you what, in Mexico, none of that shit worked. You needed a Mexican carrier. I'm telling you, they literally there's a computer chip. They have the same things. It's just that America AT&T wasn't working. I'm telling you, bro.
I went out of the country besides Canada, I went on a boat, and I don't even recall. I don't even think I was on my phone. We were just partying the whole time.
See, you can't. It's me. I can't live without internet, and I should be able to live without the internet because I was born before the internet. So
right. The parents knew where the kids were because the bikes were parked out front.
Facts. This is when you still went outside and played tackle football on the pavement.
We didn't have internet to play video games, so we all had to go to someone's house, and
that's it. And
then GoldenEye came out, and that was a 4-player game, so it was pretty badass.
It was the dopest thing of all time, bro. Like that Nintendo.
That was the first.
game.
That was the first single-ass shooter game.
Yeah. It was.
before the Call of Duty games all came out and everything else.
I mean, they had Doom, which was first person, but it was
that was nothing like GoldenEye.
It was nothing like GoldenEye. Nothing.
That was badass.
I remember the first game that I played with, like the first shooter, was that Medal of Honor game they had on the PS1.
Which game?
Medal of Honor.
That was like, that wasn't a Call of Duty, was it?
No, it's a separate thing.
It was another game. Yeah. PS has some. My favorite PlayStation game of all time was Final Fantasy VII. Like,
yes,
that game.
Kid Cloud.
Oh my god! And that game had me like hooked.
Had two discs,
double discs.
Ooh, you are not talking about Final Fantasy with the double disc, are you?
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, greatest game.
Oh, no.
Like it's Zelda and Final Fantasy. Like they're so neck and neck.
And then you buy the Switch and you can play all the Zeldas. But I don't like what they did though. They made it so easy because you can download one of the Switch Nintendos.
Yes,
and you can go straight to having the Master Sword.
Listen, if I can get that, I'm getting it because I want to play all my Nintendo games. And how cool is it you could play all your Nintendo games on a computer? Like I used to spend $60 a game, and now I could play them all on a computer
with the emulators.
With the emulator, yeah.
And if you find the right emulator, you can download all of them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you could download the Sega Genesis one too.
Oh, yeah, bro. I had a PSP, and I don't know who the person was that hooked it up, but I had every video game on my portable PlayStation. I thought portable PlayStation was better than the Game Boy, but that's just me.
Portable, that PSP was so far ahead of itself.
It was literally what the Switch is, right? And I mean, what's the new Nintendo called?
The Switch.
The Switch. It was literally the Switch before the Switch.
It was pretty much the Switch, just with disc.
Yep.
Had them little disc, and it was just so far ahead of its time. And and it was a shame because PlayStation was way ahead of everyone at that point in the curve. But people weren't getting it.
No, because
like the Sega CD, that should have lit up.
Oh, you talking about the Dreamcast?
And then it didn't. Then it didn't. It didn't.
Dreamcast was dope because it had 2K on it.
Right. And then they had to bring it back on the Xbox and the PS4.
The Dreamcast had the best tennis game because I used to play tennis on Dreamcast. It was so real. It was perfect.
Remember playing football too?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you. 2K5, 2K6. I had them. I'm telling you. I still might have my Dreamcast in a box somewhere.
You might have to bring it out whenever you get home.
Weren't you able to play PS3 games on the PSP that used to have that link thing? I still have it on my PlayStation 3. It keeps saying you can.
I don't remember my PS3. I must have skipped that. I think I skipped
PS3 was that big, was the heavy silver box.
Looked like the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah, I know. Little thing flipped up in the front where you put the disc in.
I don't think I ever played PS3, y'all.
I still got my PlayStation 3 right over there.
PlayStation 2 was the greatest system probably of all time.
I love PS2.
Okay, now you're making me cry because I still got like 16 games that I can't play on anything because they're all PlayStation 2 games. I got the Dragon Ball games. I got those
Twisted Metal was my shit too. Like if y'all play Twisted Metals, part 2 was
Jetmoto was the game on PlayStation 1.
Okay.
That was the water ski. That was the jet skiing game that went off land.
Yes.
That game was shit. But anyway, Breezy, I know you gave me an extra 20 minutes right now, or do you want to keep going? Or I know we got well off topic here about 8 times, but it's all right.
Hey man, that's what we do, man. When you get together and you just want to talk and have conversation, sometimes it's good because I know Miss Debbie is dying to know about how I got buck naked. So I might as well tell you what happened. So, and then I'm gonna be out. So
hold on, before you get into that story and get out, what is your prediction?
I got the 49ers winning 30. What did I say? They went 38-14. I think that's my final score.
I said 38-17 on your show.
Not 38-14. I'm lying. 38-24. And we win by 14. That's what it is.
You actually think this defense is gonna go up 24 points?
So Melissa, if the defense does what they do every game, they won't give up 24 until that last touchdown to the very end. I think they
Okay,
give
so
up
you
21
think they give
points
up an okay.
Like that
I
late
can
touchdown
respect
there in
that.
Metcalf last week.
and a field goal. So I think they get that's 17 points, right? And then there's that late stinking touchdown where you want the defense to just close out. You got your second string guys in there, and they just can't
Mhm.
keep them out the end zone. I don't know where
Jacqueline
Jacqueline
is just
is.
going
If
nuts
the
here,
40
60 to
if
13.
if the 49ers score 60 points, I'm gonna buy her a ticket to the NFC Championship game. I won't go,
Yeah.
but she will get my ticket to the championship game if they score 60 points.
Even if it's in
Jacqueline,
Philly.
you just got a
Yeah,
mad.
I won't be able to
like,
afford 2 tickets, so I would just give her my ticket. Them tickets
Even
gonna be ridiculous.
even in
and
Philly
you'd
with
have
those
to get
crazy
her
ass
there 'cause she's
fans.
in Mississippi, as I was recalling, right?
She's from Mississippi,
So you'd probably have to get her to the NFC
but she
Championship
she
game.
she can get there. She gonna get there, but she can have the ticket.
Wait, that
Yeah,
would suck because it's pretty close to your backyard, right?
it would suck. I'll still go to Philly. I just won't go in the game. Like you
Oh,
could go
you
in the
know,
game.
wait till after kickoff. Maybe they'll come down to $800.
I'll find a way in. Like, but if the 49ers score 60 points, that's something I have never seen in my entire life.
I don't know if they've ever scored 60 points.
Ever.
Wait, they almost
Ja-
put. Well, no, they only put up 55 against the Chargers.
Ever. Has the hey, y'all watching the show, have the 49ers ever scored 60 points?
I've seen 50 burgers. I don't remember a 60
He scored
burger.
55 in the Super Bowl, right?
You're right, but
Eh.
not 60. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen. I just don't think that it will unless the 49ers score like 21 in the first quarter, 21 in the second quarter, like 17 in the third, and 14 in the fourth. I don't even know if that makes 60. I'm just saying they would have to get double-digit touchdowns in all 4 quarters.
Looks like 56 was their highest.
Really, PG? You think they're gonna give out 28 points?
That's so close. I
I don't like that
PG.
score.
They put up
respect
56
it.
against Atlanta in
I love you,
94.
PG, but I don't like that score at all. 31 to 20, and it's gonna be another nail butter till the end.
Jacqueline, I'm gonna get that ticket ready, but they gotta score 60. They gotta score 60. And you can't change it too. You said 60. I don't care if they give up more than 13. If a team scores 60 points, they win in this game. I don't care what the opposing score is. 60 points.
Could you imagine a shootout like the Rams and the Chiefs on that Monday night game?
There's no way the 49. Well, I didn't think that. Yeah, because I didn't think the defense looked good in Vegas. And it was a shootout. So yeah, I see where Peachy's going with this. It could be a Vegas reincarnation. Peachy and I were there together.
Thank you, Miss Debbie. Miss Debbie answered your question.
Put up the most points in the game versus Falcons, 1992, 56 points. What year are we in? 2023? How many years ago was that?
30.
1? 31?
21 years.
Jesus.
God, am I we that fucking old?
Peachy says she changed her score because of the D'Amico Ryan interviews. I think they come out sharp and on point. I wouldn't worry. I think the defense is going to come out and play lights out football. I think what we saw last week, I know.
Watch them get the 59.
Jack was really going to keep pushing the 60 burger.
She is stuck on them 60s, man. I mean, hey.
Breezy, do you remember the first time she brought up 60 burger in your chat?
She's been talking about 60 points for the past 4 weeks. But I'm glad she's sticking with it. I just don't see.
I mean, if we see it, it could be like rest easy and start celebrating at halftime.
If we get 60 points, I promise we got to score 30 points both halves, or at least get 40 in the first half and 20 in the second half. That is tough. That's tough.
Breezy, I got all my San Francisco gear behind me.
I can see it.
I got the Niner sign from Raya. I got the rally towel from East Coast Red and Gold from Bex, and I got the
I gotta send you
collage
a
and,
nitty gritty Niners flag so you could stick it up somewhere. You got to move some stuff around. Text me your address.
you can send it to me for my birthday in March.
Okay.
So Paul's gonna wake up in the morning. He might even be up now, but he's gonna wake up in the morning and know that we did a show on his channel. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I shared it on Paul's channel. He won't care.
That is too
So
funny.
if you get a comment from Paul and it's on his channel,
That is too funny. I'm with Peachy.
On that last comment,
Do you really think that Paul's gonna mind Breezy of all people being on his
no,
channel?
he wouldn't have cared. He wouldn't have cared if I did it.
I love Paul.
He probably wanted to be here, but he's at that big flag football tournament. Just to give everyone an update, he won 2 and lost 3 today, and they have one more game tomorrow unless they win.
Wait, he's playing on Super Bowl Sunday. He's playing on the divisional game.
He's 5 hours ahead of us, so he said he should be back in time for the game.
Oh,
It's gonna be
okay.
8:30 there.
I forgot he's
Or
in the
9:30 there.
future. Jacqueline, send me your address. I'll send you something to put on your wall as well. All right.
Breezy, you really don't have to do that.
No, I do. I want to see that big ass nitty gritty flag. Move that. Is that Tinkerbell at the top?
Okay, you do not mess with Disney. Disney
Okay, my
has
bad.
stayed up
All
there
right.
for
Okay,
a very long time.
My bad. I was just saying if you slide it over to the right.
However, I might move the other stuff over here, which is
What's that one you're pointing to? It looked like He-Man, but what is that?
that's Bumblebee.
No.
Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, that is Bumblebee. I see it.
And of course, right in the middle is something that you would probably not like at all, which is the Tiki Barber signature from when I was a kid. So
knowing we do have this ref that absolutely hates us because we're 0-4 when he headlines a game. Maybe we need 60.
Well, that's why Peachy says that there's no way we get 60 damn points because Vinovich is gonna call some fake ass personal foul. Like Nick Bosa won't get a holding call. I bet you guys $1 a piece he's gonna get a personal foul call.
I'm not betting it because this has happened all year.
Breezy,
yeah, but
even when he doesn't fall on the guy, he still gets the unnecessary roughness calls, like on the Demo.
I know.
Pick 6 from Lenore.
I know. That's why I said that they have to play. Like I don't know if there's a word greater than disciplined, but they have to play super sound football and know that the refs won't be in their favor to take the refs out of the game. They have to take the refs away. So they got to play clean because I guarantee you they'll try to make some stuff up. And that's what I'm talking about. That's a makeup foul. That's a made up foul. That bull crap. Nick Bosa has never in his career ever fell on the quarterback heavy or wrong.
Yo, but Breezy, you gotta admit.
They ain't scoring those 60 points.
Breezy, you gotta admit though, the best way, and this is what makes me crazy when they still call him Joey Bosa. He didn't lose his temper. He didn't get any like crazy like plays run on him or anything else. His very next sack, he bear crawled over the quarterback just to make sure that they could not in any way, shape, or form call a penalty on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nick has learned his lesson from his brother. He doesn't call out the refs anymore in the press. He doesn't give them any sound bites. He doesn't give them any reason to
good point.
To penalize him the way that Joey Bosa always gives them a soundbite to penalize him for in his pressers. He doesn't slam his helmets. He doesn't like do any of the stuff that his big brother does because his big brother is a hothead and Nick is like, I'm not going to give you any reason to take my money away from me.
Good point. It's a great point. Just know that they still talking about oh no, John is in here. I got to go. I gotta go. I gotta get food, and I gotta be at this place by 9. So I gotta get some food and be there by 9.
I'm sorry the audience didn't give us anywhere to eat.
They sure enough didn't. Right?
We got Miss Ryan's kitchen, and you can't get in because of the dog.
And everybody else from like the East Midwest coast.
You might have to like Yelp it and see best reviews.
Yeah.
Breezy,
I'll
can't you
figure it
just
out.
hit up Silverado
Gotta be
Kev?
some good.
He knows a lot of eateries.
Is he from here?
Oh, we got John
Yes.
V. John V is in the house.
I just don't know
What's
if
up,
they're
John?
like, because California's so big. So like, when people say they're from Cali, they gotta specify.
I
Are
think
you
Dave, Kev, and Tanya all live in the San Jose area.
Tanya actually lives south, so she's more in the Oakland, the Bay Area. She'll be here tomorrow though. I talked to her already.
Now, I
Debbie,
hope you have fun. I hope you stay safe.
Absolutely.
And
I'm gonna-
I don't have to wish you to have big energy because I don't think you're impossible to have big energy.
Yo, I might make a mistake and fall asleep and miss out on food and everything. So I'm so tired right now, but I want to eat dinner before it get too late. I don't really like to eat after 8. And the food
John,
at
you
the
didn't scare Mr. Breezy out. He stayed a half hour over his time, and I'm grateful for every extra minute we got with him tonight.
No, John didn't scare me. It's just that I like John, so I'm gonna be here for another half hour. So let me go before you start talking. Oh, Kevin's in San Diego. God dang, that's far.
That's like 6 hours, right?
I don't know. That's far south.
Debbie, what are some good restaurants? You got to know something
She
about
says
this
she don't
area.
go out to eat. She says she don't
I
go
know,
out
but
to
she
eat.
does go to games. They might stop and eat somewhere.
Nah, yo, you never been to the traffic in these games. You be in traffic so
Wh-
long, you be ready to go home.
What about Brandon? Brandon lives in the Bay.
I don't know these people. I don't think.
Brandon from Forever Faithful Podcast.
I'm gonna go downtown because that's where the show is, and I'm gonna find something to eat downtown. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, we'll have to hear about this adventure next week, maybe.
That might be cool.
If you
Breezy,
got time. I know you're in
afternoon shows are best for you?
Say that again.
Afternoon shows are best for you?
Yes. Afternoon shows are best for me because I tend to work in the evening. So in the evening, which is my evening, which is still y'all afternoon, like, well, not yours, Melissa, but on the West
I'm on
Coast
the East
afternoon.
Coast.
Adam
Three
lives
of
in
us.
Pittsburgh.
All
Okay.
three of us right here are in the East Coast.
Oh, okay. So I mean, our fan base is the West Coast. So I try to cater to them as much as I can. So I'm doing an 11 o'clock show in the morning, and they are like they're
Not
at
with
8
it
a.m.
yet.
Yeah, now they're there at 8 a.m. It's a good 200-300 people in there, like with coffee, and they are fired up at 8 a.m. But
Well, that's because it's you. I told you this earlier when we were chatting. I told you.
yeah,
You have that
I
vibe. You have
appreciate
that
that.
energy. I told you all this earlier. I love it. I know when I'm at work and I see you pop up on YouTube, I'm like, all right, I can watch while I'm driving around or listen, whatever I prefer. That's why I never comment because I'm always at work driving.
It's a great group of people that I just sit there and watch the chat go up and down, and I try my hardest to stay away from the chat because they are on a whole nother level. Oh, here's the article.
How do you do it with that many people?
It's so I try to explain to the people, like, when there's more people in the chat, like, it goes by really fast.
Yeah.
So if you say something, that's why if it's so I know. Let me explain this. So like people feel like in order for me to talk, they got to do the super chat thing for me to see it. But when you do the super chat, it lights up in a color, so it automatically makes my eyes go from here to there. On a regular chat, it's just feed, so I'm not really paying it any attention. And so I know people get upset or frustrated, and I'm just like, I'm not missing you on purpose. It's just that they're chatting, like they won't stop talking. The chat is ridiculous. They'll be talking about something totally
It has
different.
a life of its own.
It's totally crazy, bro. That's why I encourage everybody, if you don't have a YouTube account, make sure you get one. The chat
You can
is
borrow
where
one
it's
of
at.
mine. I have 7.
7 YouTube accounts. Godly. I wish
have
one of those
one,
was
and that's
in charge of my
Breezy.
main account because I wouldn't have got hacked.
I have one. That's it.
I have
Yeah.
7 because I'm addicted
You're addicted.
in one game only.
Jeez.
It's Marvel Contest of Champions. I'm addicted to this freaking game. I can't leave it alone.
She's on the show pulling a
Like-
breezy. I used to do that on Nothing But Niners. So because there's a reason, right? Because when we're all on there, it's
You've
a
seen
long
at least
show.
you've seen at least 2 of my accounts. I've been on there as Melissa Rebly, and I've been on there as
The
NJ49IZZY.
Giants scored, people. It's
Jo-
28-7.
John V's had at least seen 3 of my accounts. They made fun of the Star Wars one.
Yo, I mean, I got
On
about
Locker
7
Room Rant.
accounts too, but I don't even know the passwords to 6 of them. So I only have one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to build this channel still. You know, it's a work
So
in
let's
process.
build it. Let's build the channel. But this is Paul's channel, or you just
No,
streaming to
this
his
is
channel?
my channel, but Paul jumps in occasionally. He has access to the StreamYard on my channel.
Gotcha. Because
So that's why we try to do it during the day with Paul, 'cause that way he can be active.
all right,
Even
guys,
though he
we're gonna
started his we almost had the Niner Faithful UK come in and finish the year.
build this channel. That's gonna be our goal.
Adam,
Alright.
we gotta have Lee Gallen on so that he could talk
Gotta
about
get-
Nick Clark and the whole UK chapter.
I was with Nick today. Cool dude.
Nick
I've only talked
Nick
to
Ludlam?
Paul.
Nick Clark.
Oh, Nick Clark. Okay.
I've talked to Paul. I've talked to Gangrene UK. I've talked to the Lions UK.
You know, every single time I keep waiting for like, I know it's probably never gonna happen, but my hope one day is I tune in for a Niner game and I actually get to see it because it's hard to watch them in New Jersey. I get to see like Breezy and Jerry Rice because like you know how they have like those like super like fans that every once in a while I get to sit with Jerry. I want to see Breezy there with Jerry Rice and him be outmatched in energy.
Oh,
You
Jerry
know
Rice
you-
ain't got. He ain't got
you-
no energy.
you-
He can be the goat. all
You
he
know
wants.
you would
I'm
out
the goat
energy
of
Jerry
energy,
Rice.
Mr. I'm the goat of energy. What we'll do is we'll drink a goat fuel right before the energy contest, and I guarantee you he can outrun me, but out scream and out yell and out fan me ain't ever happened. I've been fanning before him because he was a player. He couldn't fan as a player. I've been doing this shit since he was a pup as a wide receiver. Jerry Rice is the reason why I'm a Niner fan.
So Breezy, we might be able to actually like catch a game next year.
Absolutely.
They come to Pittsburgh.
And
I'll be
Crystal,
on every East Coast game. I'll be there.
and Crystal, I'm gonna do this before Breezy goes away. Congratulations to your Lakers. They destroyed my Grizzlies and broke my heart last night.
Poor Melissa and John Morant.
They broke my heart, Breezy. They lost by 1 point with all that stupid
that's
penalties
definitely-
they gave up and all the
So you
missed
went down to the Staples Center and caught the
free
game, or what?
throws.
Have you
That's
been down to
definitely-
the Staples Center?
I've been to Staples Center before. That's a landmark. You got to go to Staples Center.
I've never been to California, so I don't know anything about it.
Oh yeah, that's in LA. So that's down south.
I've been to Oregon. I've been to
to
Oregon and Washington. I've never been
Okay.
down. any
I've been to
further than
Seattle.
that.
I've been to Seattle.
If
I've been to
I were
Quest or
ever
whatever it's called now, I don't know what it's called now, but I was there when it was called Quest.
If I were ever lucky enough to get to California, it would not be in Los Angeles. It would not be to a Trojans game. It would not be to the Staples Center. It'd be to Levi Stadium, even if
Did Hurts fall on
Tanya
that
or
ball?
Miss Debbie or none of them were there. Just to be at that stadium would be my dream.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't John in Cleveland?
John is in
Yes.
Cleveland, so there's a game there too.
Is
I don't
it-
know
or
if he's in
is-
Cleveland, but he's in Ohio for sure.
Okay, well, fuck. Let's all meet at Heinz Field.
Yeah.
They usually don't do both. They usually don't do both West Coast games that close, right?
Are you recruiting
Usually-
everybody to come to the Pittsburgh game?
Of course, I don't want to go to Cleveland. I hate going to Cleveland. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Cleveland's an awkward place to go. You're right on the lake. It's fucking freezing. It's an extra wind gust off the lake.
I've been
It's
to
freezing.
Cleveland though. I went to Cleveland when LeBron was there the first stint.
Okay.
I love
The
I
cute.
love that I love that you have like your entire rack all dark right now, so that nobody knows what's behind the Eric Davis jersey. They can just see the Eric Davis
You can see the
jersey
Steelers
behind
jersey
you.
too in the back if you look.
All right,
Of course.
guys. I gotta
Breezy,
go grab food.
Breezy, he might have more jerseys than you. He has an entire like rack full of jerseys between the
I'll show
Steelers,
you
the
I'll show you.
Pirates.
Okay. I mean, I
Like
got
he
I
has like
got
10 10 different teams on for that rack behind you.
okay. I mean, I got like 60 49er jerseys. I got like 13
that
baseball
up.
jerseys and about 20 Celtics.
This one's my favorite though.
Oh, that's
Is that a
autographed.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
That's Dan Marino.
It's signed by Dan Marino.
Boy, you gotta
And
put
it's still got
that,
the tags on it too.
put that in the light box, man.
See,
Yeah,
now
I
he's
gotta
showing
get
off
it
because
last.
he's
All right,
showing
Miss
off
Debbie?
because the best is here.
I mean, do you have a USFL jersey?
I do not. So you're the man. You're the man.
No, I don't know. I've always collected jerseys, so
Well, when Adam was asked to co-host on a Niners show, he said he got Eric Davis because that was his dude. So I respect that.
You got to come out here so I can introduce you to Eric Davis. He's a cool dude.
I'd love to meet him.
Try to get
Like
him on
I
your
said,
show.
you know, I
Let's try to get him
talked
on
to
your
the
show.
other hard hitter tonight. I talked to Brendan Pollard.
Are the Eagles punting? It looks weird.
Dude, what if they got a minute 19 in the third? They score a touchdown here quick. They're down 14.
Oh, they almost blocked it.
Please don't tell me. Okay, I left my dad to watch this game alone in the living room. Please don't tell me what's going on because when I was in there, it was like what 21-0 or 27-0.
You don't want us to tell you.
Now. Giants
I don't want to know the score.
Wayne,
I don't want to jinx
Wayne,
it.
I want you to come
took
back. I want you to go eat.
I had the Giants shirt on to try to support him. The one from the draft day that they give away with the pick is in. I took it all off. I do not want to put any more bad juju on that team. I want to be blind until the game is over.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Hi, Jess. Jess, look, I got the rally towel up there. From Bex.
Wayne, I want you to come back on my show, so I want you to go eat so we're not starving you.
I'll be back next week. We can do this again.
Bye, Breezy.
All right.
Nice to see you.
Bye, guys.
All right, Wayne. Yes, all right. Melissa, what's going on?
I've been watching
football
all day.
Damn it.
you Breezy. It's not easy to get a word in with either of you, and I tried.
I did, Debbie. I pushed him out the door. But
so, how are you, Adam? Have you been watching these games?
I watched a little bit of the first game. I missed the ending because I was driving home. I was listening on radio, but I have watched this whole game.
Did you see how badly he was limping it and he would not be pulled from that game? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. This ankle looks like a high ankle sprain.
We hate those words. Oh, 2020. Besides COVID, all we heard is the word high ankle sprain for everybody.
Just with how high it was taped, it just looked bad.
Did you see he couldn't even put his weight on it, and yet he was walking on the sidelines? I think they taped it where he had to actually keep walking.
I completely agree with you, Miss Debbie. He is definitely a people person.
Hi, John. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Miss Debbie. Hi, Peachy. You're all still in the chat.
There we go. Daniel Jones running for 8.
Did I just say I didn't want to know?
They're going to come back. Watch.
Oh, my dad will be insufferable if they do, but I want them to, so.
But But Melissa, I don't know. Is Matt live right now on the on the YouTube channel as well?
Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make me use this stupid phone and it's gonna go away.
What is this one of Matt's live? Or are we both live?
Trying to check. Let's see.
Miss Debbie, where are you sitting tomorrow?
The only one I see that's live right now is Celts Chronicles, and Niners Hive is going live at 10:30, so that's about to be 4 minutes from now. Those are the only notifications I have. So, what did you guys talk about before I joined in?
Just about the game and about Wade and Breezy growing up. We were both punks. He was the border, I was the blader.
Please don't tell me as a Steelers fan you're to be rooting for the Cowboys.
Who?
You.
Why would I be?
I don't know. Pence is rooting for the Cowboys, I think, or was that Maddie?
I think Penn was just rooting for the Cowboys against Tom Shady.
Okay, so then it was Maddie who wants to see the Cowboys win for some reason.
But anything else, Melissa? Any good thoughts for tomorrow?
I wanted to see the defense score a touchdown. I keep waiting for it. They almost
Well, if
had
we're
one
putting up
against
60 points, damn it.
Seahawks.
Someone else has to score.
Like week 15 on Thursday Night Football, and it got called back, so that's what I keep waiting for. I don't care who it is. I don't even care if it's Jimmy Ward. I just want to see a defensive touchdown. Fernando! Hi, Fernando.
What's up, man? How we doing out there? Throwback? You know their names. You know their real names. I don't.
His name is Fernando, and he is awesome. I will not call him Throwback. Oh, how is Niner, Miss Debbie?
Doesn't like her son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But Miss Debbie, you get to watch it. Well, you get to get your food cheaper. You get to get beverages quicker. And most importantly, you get to use the bathroom whenever you want.
Adam, have you seen one of the Niner videos that she posts? They're so awesome.
I have not. Well, maybe I have.
So Miss Debbie goes on these like epic little walks with him, trying to train him, and she like puts like one to the next to the next to the next, and then she ends up always ending them on like the fourth video with Niner like all pooped out on his little tiny dog bed under her desk. They're so freaking cute. I can't get enough of them.
Really?
Yeah. He's like the cutest little German Shepherd puppy I've ever seen in my life.
Why isn't Matt live?
I don't know. He was live earlier.
Yeah, I know. I was in the backstage with him.
Okay.
I got Brandon Pollard is a super nice guy.
Who?
Brendan Pollard.
I don't know who that is.
He played for the Ravens.
Hmm.
He played in the Lights Out Super Bowl. Number 31.
I'm not saying that you're not right. I'm just saying I don't really like the Ravens.
Hmm?
The only Raven that I liked was Tony Saragusa. And it's
Right.
because he's from Jersey.
Yes,
And
he
I
is.
loved Goose on the sidelines. That broke my heart when he stopped covering for Fox Sports.
Where the fuck is Matt?
JV, I'm sorry about your Cavs, but I thought they could even win without Donovan Mitchell, and then they didn't.
But
How many Guardians stuff do you have, Adam?
what's that?
How much Guardians gear do you have? Because you have quite a collection of Guardians gear. Or is it just the
My
Indians?
Guardians. I don't know. I got my Shane Bieber jersey. Got my Ricky Vaughn shirt. Got Cody Allen.
Congrats, John.
And probably 18 hats, maybe. That's just a guess. I'm just trying to remember. But that's it. I don't know. I have a collection, I guess. I don't have any Guardian stuff. Actually, I have all Indians. I refuse to buy any new things.
Why? Because you hate the name, or you just hate the look?
I don't know. I just haven't really. They didn't really change the eyes, so or the C. So I know I can get away with the hat.
That's cool.
But I don't know.
How much did you beat the Bucks by, John?
I'd like to do a show with John one day too. I want to do a show with everyone in this chat one day. Everyone should get the invite one day. We should have just all 10 of us. Just
My hope one day is to have the entire locker room rant, even Nick.
I thought Peachy was going to show up. I sent a link.
I'm afraid of Nick coming on because Nick is Nick, but I want to have all of you, John, you, Tony, Nick on here if you guys are willing. So who do you think wins tomorrow? Do you think it's Joe's team? Are you gonna? You guys hate the Bengals, right? So you're rooting for Joe's team?
I think the Bengals are going to win this game tomorrow.
Really?
I do.
You know they have like 3 huge injuries to that offensive line, right? Including Wild Collins, who's been out with the ACL tear.
The NFL is not getting what they want.
What, the Cinderella story for the Bills?
That too, yeah.
Nice.
John V, real quick, would you be willing to come on and talk Cavs with Evan?
I think he just
he'd come on the bullshit Cavs with.
I think he'd come on just to bullshit about the Guardians with you.
I'm sure he would, but Evan's looking for Cavs right now.
John, would you like to spend time with the Browns and Cavaliers and Buckeyes fan? And Evan Brogdon?
Maybe he's thinking about it. I get to jump on another show and rip Tomlin apart.
I can respect that, John.
Thank you, John. Hit him. Why couldn't you do that during the regular season, you stupid fuck?
Who?
Fucking Miles Sanders.
So what did you make out of Trevor Lawrence kind of like choking? Like I really thought he could take advantage of the Patrick Mahomes injury situation. He just completely shit the bed, especially with those turnovers late in the game.
The Agnew, we talked about this earlier. Actually, you're late to the ballpark. We talked about the Agnew fumble
I was with
that he tried to extend the play, and
I was with family. I was watching it with my father in that
you're loud.
horrible start.
You're loud.
And then all of a sudden, I go on my phone and I'm playing like music to try to like bond with him, and so we're listening to like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Steve Miller Band and Billy Joel, and then all of a sudden I see Niners live, and I'm like, oh shit, that's what he was messaging about. And my brother was wearing the Saquon jersey just to rub it in my face, saying it was the good luck jersey. You dick. I'm so grateful the Packers are not in the playoffs.
Who is this dude?
Who's that dude?
I might have got someone else to pop on this interview. Not this one. No, I like I'm supposed to go rip Tomlin's, you know what, apart, because people are defending him.
I know.
Me and
You
Eric,
want him gone.
Me and Eric are gonna go off here in a little bit.
What about Mike Tomlin staying or going?
Yeah, we just don't understand it. Like, we don't understand how Pittsburgh's got torn down from the top to the bottom. It'd be a good. Danielle always wanted Mike Tomlin to be the coach on that trade. What's up, Ty?
Hi, Ty.
What are your thoughts on the game tomorrow?
I predicted
what's
30-17
for the game tomorrow.
I could see maybe like 2 touchdowns for half, and then them taking off for the second half, which has kind of been what the Niners have been doing lately. Okay. I usually wear hoodies. It's cold in Jersey, but the other day I did Mariah's show without the jersey. I wore just my Niners Rush show shirt that I won because I wanted to support John Chapman. But yes, I love my hoodies. So for the game, I just want a good game. I don't want it to be close. I don't want any injuries. What is that?
I'm trying to find out if this guy likes Tomlin or not. And I unfortunately have to listen to the video. He didn't get back to me in time. Well, we were trying to get Mark Madden to come on, and I said, hey, Mark, want to come on and bash Tomlin with us? And then someone posted this video, and I don't know if it's for him or not, because it says Tomlin puts up an act and a front in front of the camera. So I'm taking it this guy is on my side, and I'm trying to find out.
Well, Ty is one of the people that I asked to come on here, and Mike Andrews said he'd come on too, so
I don't think Ty follows me on Facebook, but I follow him, or Twitter, but I follow him. He never followed me back. He always comes up as one of the people on my. I never deleted him, so he always comes because I try to follow too many, but I'm always at that 5K threshold of followers, and you can't go over it, or else you can't follow anymore and all this crap. And Ty always shows up whenever I get into that. What is that one app called where you can clean up your Twitter? Follower checker. So Ty, if you follow me back, that'd be cool.
I don't
know.
follow I don't follow people in general, so I don't have that many followers. So
Yeah, I don't. I think I started getting into this thing. Like I just hit follow group and then seeing if anyone followed me back, and then I did it so many times where I just got way ahead of myself.
see, when people say that, they say they want you to follow them, and then they unfollow you, and it's just I want to watch, and I want to be able to see the tweets of the people I actually care about. So it's like if I were to miss like Crystal, Peachy, or Miss Debbie, or John V, or Breezy, or like the people I genuinely care about's tweets, that pissed me off. Like if you follow too many people, especially now with like the new Elon Musk thing with the check marks come first, and then the other people are even harder to see tweets. So like if you follow too many people, you like miss the people you actually care about, you know? So
Right.
I like having only a certain amount of people I follow. The only ones I really knew I add now are like either for giveaways or for new people that Breezy finds, because like somehow, some way, Breezy finds like the best people in the world to follow the Wayne Breezy network, and like you got Tanya in there, you got Christy Marie from there, and like now they're like all spinning out to all the shows, but like they all started on Breezy's show.
Why can't I find this person? Sorry, Melissa, I'm listening. We're trying to build together. I am listening. I am just not responding right now.
I don't know. It's always awkward when it's just you and me, because like I talk, you're all
I'm
your own
listening.
world.
I'm listening. I just can't remember. Like, I'm trying to share this with Eric,
It's
and I
fine.
can't fucking find him.
Everybody else gets talkative at him. I get doing
See,
a million
like,
things at him.
I try to follow as much as I can. Like, I want to get the, I want to bring the, I want to get the at 49ers Dynamite page to build. I'm trying to keep it all Niners.
Breezy
So
got
that
you some
way it's
people in the
all
chat,
Niners on
so
that page. I
I get
feel
it.
we're doing a good job building it. I know we're not very big on that page, but you can follow us at 49ers Dynamite, by the way. Me and Melissa co-run the channel.
I've tried following a bunch of people on there and trying to get them to talk.
I think we're doing all right. I think
I followed Ty, Jess, East Coast Red and Gold, and a bunch of other people in there. It's like the first thing I did once you told me how to log in.
I did follow everyone from the content creators group, because then it would come up every time follow group. So I just followed everyone, and that includes the old co-host of the channel. She is followed on that channel, and she followed back.
Okay, Ty, I love you, and that'd be really nice and sweet. But I promise you, trying to follow everybody or trying to know what everyone's doing will drive you crazy.
I don't, but she's in the content creators group that I'm in, and it was just easier because I share from, like, on that one. What I do is I share from the Dynamite, I share it into the driving to the top, and then I send it to me, so that way it goes through all the channels, and then I share it to the group. So whenever the original share gets put into that group, but it still comes under me, so it's just easier to do it that way.
See, but the best part, Ty, is if you find really good people. Because if you find really good people, they'll help you either stay on top of stuff or give you heads up of stuff, or they'll work around you trying to tune into certain shows. So for like me, Fernando is a blessing, because Fernando is not only like a really good person that I love talking to and hearing from, but he always gives me the heads up. So he'll tag me all the time on Twitter and be like, this is coming up or this happened. And like, he'll just tag me. And I love Fernando for a ton for what he does. Like, it does not go unnoticed, Fernando. And then like Adam, one of the best things about Adam was he knew how much Tuesdays at 9 meant to me, because I hate missing the locker room rant live. Like, he knows I gave my word to John V that I tune in as much as possible. Like, So like he changed his show date to Wednesdays at 9, simply to facilitate that for me. And then it just, lucky enough, happened to work well with everybody's schedule most of the time. But like, if you find the right people, they'll help you actually keep on top of things. Like Mama Deb, like
I didn't want to see you going through hardship because I'm like,
it
fucking
drove me
Tuesday, 9
nuts.
o'clock, bitch, get here.
It drove me nuts because
Thank
everybody
you, Ty, for following.
like everybody was going live at Tuesday at 9. Like I know it used to be like the Nothing But Niners Day, but then Last Second Sports is going live with Jesse Naylor and Sneal, and then either it be Niners High would be going live or Forever Faithful with Dion and Brandon and Christian and Niner Minded is now on there all the time now, and Anshel from Niners Media would be going live. Like everybody was going live that day. Like it used to drive me crazy. And then it used to be really bad because everybody knew that back then, like I would watch the shows live and like I tweet about them, and then I get like a bunch of DMs and people be like, why are you doing it on our show anymore? And like I used to drive myself crazy. So at a certain point, like you can love everybody, you can watch the shows back, you can comment, you can like in advance, which I've done for a lot of shows. But at the same time, you can't drive yourself crazy trying to be everywhere at once. Yes, they really freaking did, Ty. It's crazy. Like, even I feel guilty sometimes. Like, I tune into you guys' show at, like, Wednesdays at 8. And then I'd have to leave, like, early after, like, the interview section. Like, right when it just becomes Ty, Bex, Jess, and Maddie. Because I'd have to come and be on with Adam and the guys, but I won't miss them because I love being on with them so much.
Yeah, we missed the regular recap show on my show this week because we were sick and some people just couldn't make it, and unfortunately, I didn't watch football all weekend.
It would have been
I
just
didn't,
boring me and Adam
and,
just
and
looking at all time.
I did not have all the answers for this girl, and
I promise you, it's boring when it's just me and Adam.
and
Because
whenever
I
I don't
just
have all the
talk and talk and
answers,
talk, and he's like, "Okay, I have no idea
I
what you're
don't know
talking
any of this shit. I don't know these guys by name. For the guys that joined us late, what do you guys think of D'Amico Ryan having 2 interviews tomorrow before the game? Melissa, you didn't talk about that either.
That he's doing actual interviews tomorrow?
Yep, tomorrow morning.
Okay, that pisses me off. That really, really pisses me off because he's been doing them all fucking week. Like on his off day, I think he even did he like fly out to like what Denver, or did he fly out to Houston?
It's all
no,
Zoom.
he did at least 2 of them in person this week on his off days in between practices. Okay, that pisses me off that he's doing 2 interviews tomorrow. Yes, John, I reworked my schedule. I reworked working with Adam just so I don't miss you and Tony and Nico, and Sony calls me out for why I'm not tuning in live. But I love you guys anyway, so I would have been there no matter what. But why is he doing 2 on game day? Like, I can even understand doing it on like the day where you're like traveling out to the game or whatever, but like, why do it on game day itself? That makes zero sense.
Yeah, I don't know why I get it. You can do what you want and everything else, but game day should be off limits. I agree with you, Ty. Completely agree with you.
No, but like, I understood why he said no wild card week, you know? I can even understand why he would say yes now, because like, if you really think you're gonna beat the Cowboys and you're gonna be in the championship and even win maybe the championship and then being part of the Super Bowl, you don't want to wait too long because people have all those jobs filled in, and I understand that. But doing them on game day, like literally, you're gonna be like playing a game. You're calling a game that day. That makes zero sense.
Zero. Absolutely zero.
And like people get Kyle crap for even doing interviews, like being announced as the Niners coach week of Super Bowl. Like, you remember how that was like a big thing? They announced that Kyle Shanahan, no matter what happened during the Super Bowl, was going to be the Niners' next head coach. Like, I do not understand why you're doing not only one, but 2 interviews on the actual day where you're playing in a divisional round. It's mind-boggling. And I'm really, because I have a sleeping dog right here. Thank God I have a sleeping dog right here. Otherwise, I'd be cursing up a storm and making people wish they never met anyone from Jersey. That's crazy. Yes, John, I agree. His priorities are completely fucked up. Like, I know you want to be a head coach. I know you're desperate to be a head coach, so that's the reason why you gave Houston another shot, but like, that's fucking nuts. Thank God I was off Twitter today. Could you imagine if I had saw that on Twitter? I would be like spinning out all day long.
What?
If I had learned about the D'Amico interviews tomorrow, they're saying they learned about it on Twitter earlier.
I saw it about 3 hours before. Oh, I started talking. I started talking to Breezy, and then all of a sudden it popped up on my phone, and that was about about 3 o'clock. I saw it. I've been talking to Breezy pretty much all day.
Really, John? You're calling the last game at ass from the defense? I don't think it was ass. I think Demo was clutch. I think a lot of people were clutch. I think a lot of people give them an ass or like call them awful because they're not getting sacks or they're not seeing like a bunch of QB pressures. But it's not like the defensive line wasn't actually getting pressure. Like Charles Omenihu and Nick Bosa worked so well in tandem on that turnover. Like they feared those players. Like even when they don't have the flashy stats and things that people want to see, this defense still is threatening enough where people have to take them seriously and make stupid decisions.
Walkthrough should have been Friday.
Maybe, John.
Right?
I am trying, Ty. I really am trying not to say the F word constantly in some other words.
Fuck,
My mother.
Fuck.
And I'm not only a Jersey girl.
Oh, that was a fucking touchdown. Jesus crumbity. Fucking bullshit.
I'm not just
that? Richard James.
I'm not only a Jersey girl, but my mother is Spanish, so I know some Spanish curse words that I really, really don't want to say.
Oh, God, he blew right by him. Daniel Jones just overthrew this ball by about 1.5 feet. But it hit his fucking hands.
Who here in the chat doesn't raise their hand remembering the trials and tribulations of Richie James and Matt Breida? I don't think one of us has ever let go of what happened with those players.
Especially that's a fumble. Recovered by the Giants. Okay. People only look at the big stats. They don't. What did they miss? People only look at.
They don't look at the overall game that impacts on an offense, and I agree with that, Ty. Every time there's not like 5 sacks or 2 Nick Bosa sacks or 13 QB pressures or some ridiculous dumb stat, they think that nobody's having a game. It's ridiculous. It's hard for guys to constantly keep flashing. Like there's 17 games in the regular season. There's 3 to 4 games in a postseason, hopefully. Like the reason, and I will believe this to the day I die, we lost 2 Super Bowls, was that you asked so much of a defense on all 3 levels for so much time that they were just exhausted by the time it came to it. It didn't help that Jimmy Garoppolo was your quarterback and he couldn't make anything happen. But at the same time, you can't keep asking this defense to be constantly getting all these flashy numbers and then still pushing it further the next week and the next week and the next week and not get exhausted. I mean, we're playing with house money, and we've had serious injuries to this defense already. You lost Emmanuel Mosley. You lost Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw for how many weeks? You lost Jimmy Ward for how many weeks? And he was supposed to be your starter. You lost Dre Greenlaw for weeks at a time. Azeez Al-Shaair missed some time. Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles has gotten hurt. Dre Greenlaw's gotten hurt. I don't know. I don't think Fred's been hurt. He's had nick and knack stuff where he's missed out on some drives, but I don't think he's missed games. But you've had Samson Ebukam be hurt. You've had serious injuries. And to think that this defense should push itself even further and risk even more damage in your long-term hopes of getting 6 is crazy to me, the way that people keep attacking this defense and calling them bums, or this team should be sat, or we should go for Ndamukong Suh, or we should go for this guy or this guy because they're available. It's crazy to me the way that this defense is constantly picked apart because Talanoa Hufanga will give up this big play or this big play or this big play. But it's not just Hufanga. It's Sean Gibson working with Hufanga. It's Charvarius Ward or Jimmy Ward or somebody else not being there to be the guy with Hufanga. It's crazy the way that this fan base rather attack the defense for all these points, but for how many weeks did they shut it down? I mean, in the Saints game, they didn't let up a single point. Yes, there were drives into the red zone, but they didn't give up a single point. And yet they were still attacked for that game. That's crazy to me. Adam, as a Steelers fan, would you be attacking a defense that gave up no points and still attacking them for letting them into the red zone?
Wait. What do we got?
I'm asking you. Let's say the Pittsburgh Steelers had a shutout, right? Giving up no points at all. Would you and the Steelers fans that come on all the podcasts for the following week and cry about how many times you allowed the opposing offense into the red zone, even though they didn't give up a single point?
No.
That's how crazy the Niner fan base has become with this defense. You guys tossed around the words like the 2000s Ravens. You tossed out words like the 1985 Bears. You tossed out the 2002 Buccaneers. You've been comparing them to all these elite defenses for so long, and now you're attacking them if they have a bad game, or they have a bad series, or they have a bad drive. They're facing actual people now that want to get to the Super Bowl. They don't want to be one and done and kicked out of the playoffs. These things are not going to happen anymore. You're not going to have the shutouts. You're not going to have these perfect games where you just give up field goals from 50 yards away. It's crazy to me that we want to call them an F. We want to give them a D minus. We want to give them a C for giving up 1 or 2 drives when they're clutch on every other drive. It's crazy to me. Like, I know those kind of like drives can make up a game or decide a game in retrospect, and I understand that. I'm not dumb, but it's crazy to me. We're gonna kill them after win for one or two plays where they weren't perfect or they got outplayed. I don't know.
Ty, didn't DK Metcalf score in the second half with like 24 seconds left? Metcalf did score that late touchdown in the second half, which really didn't matter. I mean, I don't know if the game's out of reach, and so what? You don't pitch a shot out. I don't know.
Yeah, Ty, I remember like we had like 6 weeks where we didn't
Now
let up a
look.
single score in the second half, and the people got mad when that finally came to an end.
What, when DK scored that second touchdown?
No. For a while there, the Niners defense had not given up a single point in the second half for like 5 to 6 weeks straight. And then people got like angry when they gave up points in the second half. It's crazy.
I think it's what, one. How many points did they score in the second half last week? Well, no, like they were at 156 going into the game, and only 48 allowed in the second half of games from week 13, I think.
I'm sorry. I'm going back and reading some of these comments from when I was ranting. Ty, you're not going to get me to say that word, and that's not even my mom's favorite curse word in Spanish that I always slip up and say when I'm really angry. I love my fan base. This is why I love my Nine Irish family. You guys are like the best people in the world.
I love how active they all are. I think it's great.
Okay, John, yes. Okay. The front four didn't get the pressures the way that you might have wanted. But like Samson was injured. Charles Omenihu doesn't get you the flashy sacks the way you want.
Kenneth Gainwell had 112 rushing yards tonight. He pulled like a Debo fucking Samuel out there tonight. It's 38-7.
On you.
Quick update with the game, guys. But yeah, the Niners defense in the second half, they make the right adjustments and everything else. I guess Pens wants to jump in from Heinz Field, it looks like. So we invite him in. Pop in there, Pensy. Let's go.
What's going on?
What's up, buddy? I know I gotta get off here soon though.
What's going on?
Hey, Sebby, right now isn't correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Anthony Lynn right now the assistant GM job? Pretty sure that's how they got Anthony Lynn to sign, by giving him assistant GM and by letting him be like either OC or like in complete control of the run game before Bobby Turner came back. Hi, Pens.
What's going on?
These guys are trying to rile me up and let me go like completely She-Hulk on people, and I'm trying really hard not to rise to the bait.
I think you should let loose, but that's just me.
But you just want to like see me cuss like 600 times in a row and go completely psycho.
I think Ty wanted to see a Melissa rant. Maybe
I can rant. You just do not want me to go like.
We know you can chat. We know you can bring it.
You do not want me to go like Route 80 on some people and like throw 600 curse words in a row and go completely psycho pants where they're like, this girl needs like a straight jacket to be in a padded room. No one has seen me go Jersey yet. Like, I think I shocked Crystal and Breezy the other day when I even left a few F bombs drop on the chat over there when Mose was going at Jawan Jennings.
I don't know.
Is the wife in the in the conversation tonight as well?
Kinda. Show me the cable bill.
How much was that? $800.
Okay, Miss Debbie, I could go with that. I wouldn't mind that.
Eagles are winning 31-7. What a
It's
joke.
38. It's 38-7 and now
Oh,
it's
last
over.
time I checked, it was 31. So I wanted.
Miss
I wanted
Debbie
to see
says
I
it's a
wanted to
bunch
see
of
an upset
VPs
tonight
in a
so
company.
bad. I wanted to see an upset so bad.
We
They
are.
don't
We're
have
gonna get
any talent.
the
Like
Bungles
the
are gonna
most
win
talent.
tomorrow.
The two of the most talented people on their offense are Isaiah Hodgins and
Barkley.
and Bellinger. I always forget if it's David or Daniel Bellinger, so I don't try to say his first name, but like they have no talent on that offense.
And Barkley.
I'm sorry, my dad, if you're hearing this right now and you're really mad at me for talking about your Giants, but it's true.
Barkley's very talented. He just needs the ball more.
Barkley's trash.
Barkley's awesome.
Barkley is
Look,
trash.
Barkley's gonna
Barkley
be
is
like
the most trashy of trash.
Barkley-
Like,
Barkley is gonna be like
If you thought like Todd Gurley fooled Atlanta to pay
Barkley
him,
is
and
gonna
then
be
he
like
like no showed
CMC.
afterwards.
Once he gets on a good fucking team, he's never gonna get injured and he's gonna play.
Oh hells no! Nope! No!
Look,
And
I
no.
never picked Christian McCaffrey on my fantasy team because I knew he didn't want to fucking be in Carolina. So he wasn't going to play and he was injured. Now that he's on San Francisco, I wish I picked him.
Yeah, look what he's doing now.
Okay, so there's a huge difference. Being on a complete winning team changes your mentality, everything.
Okay, I gotta ask you guys that.
Daniel Jones will not be a league quarterback, period.
Will we see Derek Carr? Will we see Derek Carr in the Giants next year?
That'll be fine. But you can sign Daniel Jones for 5 years for $190 million. It's not even worth it.
Okay, I'm gonna say something.
Daniel Jones does not know how to lead running backs. He had Barkley going down the streak, but down the sideline to streak up there, and he couldn't get to him.
I'm gonna say something because he's in the chat right now, and it's gonna make me really like test my puke. Test my puke reflex because I have like no respect for this guy, and John knows it. But Matty Ice right now has better games sometimes than Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones has some real clunkers. And I cannot believe I'm saying this.
Melissa,
I hate
calm
it.
down.
I
Calm
hate
down.
it.
You get way too emotional. Are you
I
saying
hate
you
it.
want Matty Ice? You saying you want Matty Ice to get another
Matt
shot in the
Ryan to
NFL?
Daniel Jones.
There's some games where Matt Ryan, just because of the way he was around Kyle Shanahan and Dan Quinn, has some better games just from like the instincts that he still has from those games than Daniel Jones. Like there are some head scratchers, and there are some stupid decisions. Like there are about 5 years of scar tissue with me watching these Giant games with my father, where they're on 3rd-and-8 or 3rd-and-13, and they're throwing it for like 5 yards, and they expect them to go the rest of the way in yak. And I'm like, You do not have the 9 receivers. You do not have people who do yak, or worse, they could be in like 3rd and long, and they'll throw them for like 8 yards, and they need like 10 yards, and they just like hope to God that they get the next magical 2 yards. It's like crazy to me.
You know Matt Ryan's still playing for the Colts, right?
Yes, and that's why John has the little cry emoji on the comment. And I'm sorry,
Okay.
John, but there are times where I think Matty Ice would be better with the Giants than
No way.
Daniel Dollars.
No way. Matt Ryan will be horrible in New York. They'll look at him and be like, "What are you doing?" John Mayer will look at him and be like, "No." Atlanta Falcons younger Matt Ryan, maybe. This Matt Ryan, he'll be like, "There's the door."
I hope so, Ty. Every time I keep calling for a blowout, though, Ty, it's not a blowout. I called for I called for a blowout versus the Raiders. It wasn't a blowout. I called for a blowout against the Commanders. It wasn't a blowout. I right now I have their score prediction at like a 21-point differential in the Niners' favor, but even that makes me nervous. Oh, I'm staying faithful. I'm trying to be realistic, so I don't act like John and start like throwing stuff and trying to break TVs and destroying things and like digging my nails into my mom's arm and being completely psycho. Because I've been nuts, especially last year against the Cowboys.
Matty Ice was my dude. Now he's not much more. He's like a puddle.
Who's this dude? Who the fuck is this dude? Why is Sean McKeon showing? Who is Sean McKeon? Who is this new tight end that has just emerged on Dallas's team?
They just signed a tight end.
I don't know. I was filling out my shit for tomorrow, and now all of a sudden it's showing Sean McKeon is higher up than the 3 guys that we talked about with Breezy earlier in the episode.
I want everybody to pay attention. Listen to what I'm going to say. J.J. McCarthy's coming out of Michigan, and he would be perfect for New York Giants organization.
I apologize to the Niner fans in the chat, but I have an idea of why this guy is being signed. You said there's a new tight end for Dallas?
Yeah, because they have them 2 other rookies.
Okay.
They have Schultz and somebody else.
It's usually Schultz, Swain, and
I can't think.
Breezy said his name.
Pendergast.
That guy.
That's
whatever his name. Okay. Anyway, I have
Melissa, are you able to close this out? Like, I was just going to play the video.
If you have to go.
Yeah, I was just going to play the Debo video to close it out with. Yeah, I don't care how long you talk. I mean, maybe I'll be back and you'll still be talking.
No, but like I have a theory for why there might be a new tight end.
Because like I just got told like the other show that I'm supposed to be on at 11:30 is getting ready to start.
No, that's fine. The reason why I think they might have signed a new tight end, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but one of Diamador Lenore's biggest weaknesses, and I hate saying it because I love Demo and I have his signed autograph card up behind me, is he cannot handle big bodies. Like, he really struggles against like the Tyler Higbees of the league, the big bodied receivers, the big bodied tight ends. He has a real hard time not only holding them, but like tackling them or letting them or going up against them for contested balls. So if Dallas signed another tight end, they're maybe thinking that the way to take advantage of our secondary is to go full tight ends, big body guys, to take advantage of the corners that we have right now. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, we got into this conversation earlier too. Are they going to go with the big nickel or the?
Unless they bring in that new tight end for blocking. Have
But
I don't
Schultz,
know.
to,
That's
to
the first time.
have
First
Schultz
I
go
heard of
down
him.
and have Schultz do what he does, and then have the other blocker come down for like third down and block for Zeke.
no, that might make sense because Schultz. My one real gripe was Schultz, and then we didn't get to talk about it because we didn't have a show.
But Melissa, are you okay with closing this out?
Yes.
Depends. You know
My
how to close it out too. I don't know how long you're staying, but like I
Yes.
said, I was just going to use the video to close it out.
You want me to
my
join
one
you?
big
Alright.
But hey, Nate, faithful, let's go. Let's get it done tomorrow. Let's go.
my big
Everybody
one
else, Ben,
my
Melissa, have
big
a good
one
night.
issue with Schultz was because we were watching it when you did the live broadcast, hence was
Which
like
one?
he was when you were rooting Brady's downfall.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So in that game, the big one issue with him in particular was Schultz was kind of like half-assing his blocks.
Right.
So like there was like a couple blocks where he was supposed to be blocking for either like Zeke or Lamb or Pollard or Gallup, and he was like doing like the Jimmy G like half-ass pancake block where he was like doing this with his arm, like he was like half
Right. The three options.
passing his arm with the guy already falling.
Right.
And I think
The
maybe
three
they're
options.
bringing in another tight end to actual block because he doesn't want to block. You like, I've noticed this thing about Schultz's game where if
Right.
he's not getting the ball or if he's not being featured or he's not even being the decoy, he like half-asses his block. So maybe they're bringing in another guy because they're afraid that Dalton Schultz will not help out and the Niners defense will destroy that offense.
Okay.
So that's another reason why, like my two reasons why I could think that they were signing another tight end is A, they think they could take advantage of our secondary, or B, Dalton Schultz and especially his blocking are something they're worried about.
Don't know. But I'm gonna head out of here, so
All right, well then I
But
guess
you-
I'll end the show.
yeah, if you want
This
to
has
close
been
it up,
running for over 2 hours.
yeah.
All right.
But I'm getting out of here. You close it up, so
It's
I'll
nice to
talk
see
you
you,
guys later.
Pens.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I'm set.
was fun.
I'm starting to stream up tomorrow night at 6:15, 6:20 for the Dallas Cowboys and Niners game. So I'm gonna set that up.
Alright.
So I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out because Adam taught me through this once and it's kind of weird doing it. Alright,
I don't know.
I'm looking for the video clip. Alright, well, chat, thank you for tuning in. Jacqueline, John V, Miss Debbie, Crystal, Ty. I'm sorry if I missed somebody. And I'm sorry if this is not the right video, but thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Breezy, for coming on. Thank you, Pence and Adam, for holding us down. And thank you guys. And please subscribe to Niners Dynamite on Twitter and for checking out our Niners video on this network. I'm really thankful. And good night, y'all.